So Persona 5, the Phantom X, is coming out in just a few days, and we need to talk about the gacha system because it's something that I feel like more people need to talk about, and as well as people should feel a certain way about. Now, let me explain. So over in China, South Korea, and Taiwan, the gacha system for P5X is you have two types of banners. You have the 100% guaranteed at 110 pulls banner, and you have one that is a 50-50 banner on 80 pulls. So meaning, if you get to 80 pulls, you have a 50% chance to get the banner unit. If you lose it, you get it at 160. And on the 110 one, you're just guaranteed it at 110. Now, the rates are a little bit lower as far as every pull is like 0.2 or something like that, 0.2%. On the 100% guaranteed one, whereas it's like 0.6 or 0.8 on the 50-50 one, with a soft pity being on the 50-50 one at 70 pulls or 60, I think it's 70, and where the rate will increase at that point in time. Now, let's talk about why we, Global, and Japan should be upset about it, because the thing is, we're not getting that version. We're not. We're getting just the 50-50 version. We're not getting the 100% guaranteed version. That's not a good look. Now, you could sit there and say, well, OC, that 100% guarantee version came out on the 3.0 patch for China, South Korea, and Taiwan, and we're getting the 1.0 patch. Now, I would sit there and say, I understand that. I totally get it. However, they already have it. So this comes down to, is this favoritism? Is this laziness? What is it? Regardless, that is a quality of life that they have that is player-friendly, consumer-friendly, that we don't, that we should. More games should have that guaranteed banner. That 100% you're going to get the character that you're pulling for. Now, here's the reason why. So, let's just say hypothetically, a Persona fan comes into P5X, they've never played a gacha game. They see Joker on the banner, and they're looking at it going, oh man, I can get Joker in my party. Joker is my favorite protagonist. You know, just hypothetically, it's their favorite protagonist. It's not you, it's not Makoto, it's Joker. Right? And they hit the 50-50 and they lose. They might not know gacha to know that, you know, they may never played Zenless Zone Zero or Wuthering Waves or Genshin Impact or HSR, where they know about the 50-50 systems and how, okay, well, I'm guaranteed to get another 80 or something like that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're going to look at that and go, well, I was supposed to get Joker. I didn't get Joker. I'm going to leave. Now, that's not all of them, right? Let's not say that's every single one of them. Let's not even say that's a majority of them. But there are going to be players who do that. And those same players are going to look at the game and go, why the fuck would you do that, ATLUS and SEGA? Now, for those who don't know, because there's a lot of players that I've seen so far who don't realize this, ATLUS and SEGA are not the producers of the game. ATLUS has a hand in it, meaning the stories and some of the characters, the confidant system, and how the battle works. They have a hand in that, but not the majority. The developer of the game is Blackwing Studios, a Chinese gacha company, right? It's not ATLUS. So let's talk about how that looks for ATLUS, because if another part of the world is getting preferential treatment, or something upsets the fans in the game, guess what happens? That doesn't make Blackwing Studio look bad, because most people don't know who the fuck they are. It makes ATLUS look bad. Think about that. Because I can ask the question, when you think Persona, who do you think? You think ATLUS and SEGA. So when you think Persona 5, the Phantom X, who are you going to think? you're going to think ATLUS and SEGA, not Blackwing Studios. Now, that system can change. This was a beta. What they showed was like the beta version of it. Allegedly, it's not the exact 1.0 version. It is the 1.0 version over in China, South Korea, and Taiwan. It was their version, but it might not be our version. So they have the time to change it. However, I don't have faith that it's going to get changed. Why? Because gacha companies are incredibly predatory. I play tons of gacha games. I know what the predatory measures are. I try as much as humanly possible to stay free to play because I just know that they're just trying to do things to get your money. It is what it is. They're live service games. Of course, that's going to happen. But we should not be getting screwed. Because that's what's happening. If these other countries can get the 100% guarantee, then we could as well. It is unfair for us to not have the same thing in place as these other countries. We should have them, and we deserve that. I know people are going to defend it, and I know what the arguments are going to be. Well, we're getting the same 1.0 patch, and at 3.0 we'll get it. How do you know that? You don't. These gacha companies have shown, especially in the last few months, that they don't give a flying fuck about the West, about Japan. They don't care. They care about China and South Korea. They care about that. They don't care about global. You don't believe me? Look at Black Beacon. They don't give a fuck. So, my ask is this. If you are planning on playing this game, and I'm going to be totally transparent, I am also planning on playing this game. I am not saying that I'm not going to. However, if they launch without that 100% guarantee, I am not spending a fucking dime on the game. I'm not doing it. And so I ask you all to do the same. Why? Because you as the consumer deserve better than that. You as the consumer should not be dicked around, should not be played with because we are a lesser region or we're not as a high money spending. It doesn't matter. You're better than that. You are. Have some pride, have some self-worth to know that you deserve better. You deserve, if that region's getting the 100%, you deserve the 100%. It is not a good look. And ATLUS, you may not watch this video, you probably won't, but I'm telling you right now, if the players get pissed off, it's gonna look bad on you. Not on Blackwing Studio, on you. Because everyone is going to associate this game with you. So, that's all I really have to say about it. I wanted to get this off my chest. So, but yeah, thank you everyone for watching. If you like what you see, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.